Hello everybody, it's Heather Nichols here from beautiful Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I'm at the Bab Samhan Hotel in Diriyah, which is just a beautiful place, really incredible place. And having a lot of musings this morning about awareness and how to expand our receiving and expand, have a greater life in every way. And I always love playing with the energetics of that, because it is in the shifting of the energies that and in our own world that we start to be more, we start to receive more. And anything you're asking to have more of in your life, whether it's in your business, with money, with relationships, more ease with your body, etc., it's all going to come to you with so much more ease the more awareness you're willing to have and the greater that you're willing to be. And sometimes we cut off our awareness, a lot of times, actually like all day long. We don't want to be aware of certain things. There's certain things we don't want to know. We don't want to be bothered with. It's like too uncomfortable to be aware of, or too much information, or whatever that may be. It's like we just oftentimes don't. We're like, I'd rather not know that, But the thing is that we know so much. We know kind of everything in a way, and it's in the refusal to know what we are already aware of, to be aware of what we are already aware of, that we really tie ourselves in knots. We close down our receiving. We put up barriers to ourselves and to other people. We put up barriers to new possibilities. And what if you could handle anything? I mean, has there ever been anything that has come up in your life that you couldn't handle? Some things are a little bit more challenging than others, but one of the things we do is we brace against particular energies, possible futures, realities, situations where we're like, I don't want that to happen, because we tell ourselves the lie that we can't handle it. And then we shut down our awareness because we don't want to have to deal with whatever it is. But that's basically you putting your head in the sand and taking yourself out of the actual energies that you could receive that would be the greatest contribution for you creating what you desire to have. So anything that you would like to have more of that you currently don't have, it's going to be something that energetically you need to reach for beyond your comfort zone. Like everything that we have now is a direct kind of reflection of the choices and the priorities that we've had up until now. And there's also a comfort zone that we choose within, that we can consciously force ourselves, invite ourselves to choose beyond. But it has to be a very conscious choice to do that, and we have to be willing to get uncomfortable. When you're willing to get uncomfortable with what it is that you're aware of, you lower your barriers, you stop, having like barriers up, things that you're defending, things that you're avoiding, energetically, to anything that you may not want to know, you may not want to notice, you may not want to be aware of, you may not want to believe is true. As soon as you lower your barriers to those energies, and sometimes we don't even know what they are, but we can just ask for them. But as soon as you lower your barriers and you're like, I'm willing to be aware of anything, no matter how ugly, no matter how difficult, no matter how challenging, I'm willing to be aware of everything, you start to give yourself access to your superpowers, because your superpowers as an energetic being really come from and with your awareness. If you don't have any judgments about what it is that you're aware of, everything becomes creative fodder for you. And it's one of those things that is a little kind of beyond logic. It's very beyond logic. And at the same time, there is, it's like the most beautiful, miraculous reality that we'd like to have that's beyond what we currently have. It's also beyond our comfort zone. It's beyond our current awareness. It's beyond our current level of receiving. And so we have to get present, vulnerable, lower our barriers, and pull in more energies, more awareness, more gifts, in order to actually have the awareness that we can have to have a greater life and living and reality. And it's one of those, everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. Because we would think that, well, I don't want to notice that, I don't want to be aware of that, I don't want to deal with that energy, I don't want to have that energy in my space. But all of those things are, that's all based on judgment. And when you judge something, you won't receive it because you think it's going to impact you in a certain way. But then as soon as you get out of the judgment of it, you lower your barriers to it, you can actually receive it as pure energy that doesn't have a judgment associated with it. And a lot of times, well, all the time, really, if we're willing to be different, it ends up being something that will really contribute to you because you don't have a judgment of it anymore. It's just energy that you can use for creation. So what can you ask for today as greater awareness? What awareness are you refusing that you truly could be choosing, that if you would choose it, would allow you to have a far greater life living, reality, business, body, money flows, relationships, all the things with so much ease, miraculously. When we give ourselves access to all energies, all awareness, we become the miracles that we are, more and more, and there's more available every day. And it's just a choice and a willingness to function in a very different way, to be different in the world, to move differently in the world, and to acknowledge that everything is energy. We can handle everything, and everything can be fodder for creation.